Orwell feared those who would ban books. Huxley feared no one would want to read one, because there would be far too much distraction. And as we look around, not at the world outside, but at the world we hold in our hands, it becomes chillingly clear that Huxley may have been right. What if control doesn't come from silencing you, but from entertaining you into submission? We often imagine dystopia through a very specific lens, one shaped by George Orwell's masterpiece, 1984. It's a world of stark, brutal control. A world of overt surveillance, the ever-watchful eyes of Big Brother. Truth is whatever the party says it is, history is rewritten daily, and dissent is crushed with torture in the dreaded Room 101. Control is maintained through fear, pain, and deprivation. It is a boot stamping on a human face, forever. It is a system that works by making its subjects hate their chains, even if they are powerless to break them. But 60 years ago, another prophet of our future, Aldous Huxley, painted a very different picture in Brave New World. His vision of control wasn't built on pain, but on pleasure. It wasn't enforced by fear, but by an endless, engineered happiness. In Huxley's world, there is no need for torture chambers because no one feels the need to rebel. There is no need to ban books because no one cares to read them. They are too busy being distracted, comforted, and sedated by a society designed to eliminate all friction, all struggle, all deep thought. People don't resist because they genuinely believe they are free. They are happy. They love their servitude because they have been conditioned to love it. Their chains are not made of iron, but of an overwhelming, irresistible comfort. This is the fundamental, terrifying difference. Orwell's dystopia is a prison where the walls are visible, electrified, and patrolled by guards. You know you are a prisoner. Huxley's dystopia is a far more subtle prison, one where the walls are invisible, constructed from an endless buffet of entertainment, casual relationships, and chemical bliss. In this prison, the inmates don't rattle the bars, they decorate them. They don't dream of escape, they queue for their next dose of distraction. In Huxley's world, the ultimate tool of social control is a drug called soma. It's described as having all the advantages of Christianity and alcohol, with none of their defects. A single dose can transport you to a temporary paradise, a holiday from reality. It erases anxiety, smothers doubt, and numbs any flicker of discomfort or dissatisfaction. It is the perfect pacifier for the masses. When confronted with an unpleasant emotion or a challenging thought, the citizens of the world state simply take a soma holiday. It is the social lubricant, the emotional anesthetic, the solution to every problem. And because of it, the population remains docile, content, and utterly uninterested in the deeper questions of freedom, meaning, or truth. Why would you question the nature of your reality when you can simply swallow a pill and feel perfectly happy? Today, we don't need a state-issued chemical. We've invented our own soma. And it isn't a pill, it's digital. It lives in our pockets, sits on our desks, and whispers to us from the bedside table as we fall asleep. It is the infinite scroll, the auto-playing next episode, the constant stream of notifications, likes, shares, and comments. Every swipe, every click, every brief burst of novelty delivers a tiny, calibrated hit of dopamine, the brain's own reward chemical. This isn't a holiday from reality. It is a constant, low-grade hum of distraction that becomes reality itself. Think of the platforms we use every day. They are not designed for our well-being. They are designed for our attention. They are meticulously engineered to be as addictive as possible. The algorithms learn our desires, our fears, our triggers, and they feed us an endless, personalized stream of content designed to keep us engaged for just one more minute, one more video, one more post. This is our modern soma. It doesn't arrive in a government-issued bottle. We download it willingly from an app store. It removes anxiety, not by creating a synthetic paradise, but by filling every single empty moment with manufactured noise. There is no time for boredom, no space for contemplation, no silence in which difficult questions might arise. When we feel a pang of loneliness, we scroll. When we feel a moment of uncertainty, we refresh the feed. When we are faced with a complex problem, we seek a simple, distracting answer online. We are sedating ourselves, not with a chemical, but with a constant, digital foredrip of information and entertainment. The psychological mechanics behind this are profoundly effective. Control through fear, the Orwellian method, inevitably creates resistance. It breeds martyrs. It forces people to choose between their beliefs and their survival. And throughout history, many have chosen their beliefs. Fear is a powerful motivator, but it also clarifies the lines of battle. You know who the enemy is. You know what you are fighting against. But control through pleasure works differently. It creates dependence. It's not a battle, it's a seduction. When the source of your oppression is also the source of your greatest comfort and entertainment, the lines blur. How can you fight something you love? How can you resist a system that gives you exactly what your brain's most primal wiring craves? You don't. You embrace it. You optimize it. You become a willing participant in your own distraction. You volunteer for the chains because they feel warm and comforting. When you love your distractions, you won't fight to be free of them. And when you won't fight, you don't need to be forced. The control becomes self-perpetuating. The prison needs no guards because the inmates are policing themselves, each one holding the key to their own cell and refusing to use it. We see this playing out everywhere. We lament the loss of deep reading, yet we choose to skim headlines. We worry about political polarization, yet we retreat into our algorithmic echo chambers that feed us comforting outrage. We feel anxious about our screen time, but the thought of disconnecting for even a day fills us with a deeper, more primal anxiety. We are not being forced to live this way. There is no ministry of truth forcing us to stare at our phones. We are choosing it, moment by moment, click by click. We are choosing the fleeting comfort of the digital now over the challenging, and often uncomfortable, work of being truly present and deeply engaged with the world and with ourselves. So we are left with this haunting comparison. Orwell feared that the truth would be concealed from us. Huxley feared the truth would be drowned in a sea of irrelevance. Orwell feared we would become a captive culture. Huxley feared we would become a trivial culture, preoccupied with an endless cycle of manufactured fun. In 1984, people are controlled by inflicting pain. In Brave New World, they are controlled by inflicting pleasure. Orwell feared what we hate would ruin us. Huxley feared that what we love would be our undoing. And as the blue light of a screen reflects in our eyes in the dark, we have to ask ourselves, which vision feels more like the world we live in today? Perhaps the most unsettling truth is that sometimes we volunteer for our own chains, as long as they are comfortable enough. If you want to understand the systems shaping your world, not just survive them, subscribe to Hidden Pages.